Last week we talked about, I'm drained. David talked about the sense of knowing what it feels like to be overwhelmed in life. Drained. Get out of my face. Yeah, I'm sick of you. That's when you drain. You talk, all that stuff come up in your spirit. I'll slap you, right? And then all of that stuff. But God arrested you last week. And every place you was thirsty, he caused it to rain. Anybody still holding on to your joy? Praise the Lamb of God. Well, on this first Sunday, our hearts and our thoughts are towards the Lord. So in Psalm 118, there on your screen, if you don't have a Bible, verse 22 and verse 23, the Bible says that, and read it with me if you will, the stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. This is from the Lord, and it is marvelous in our, oh, it just sounded on it. Let's sing it again. The stone that the builders rejected has what? Has become cornerstone. This is from the Lord, and it is marvelous in our eyes. Before you sit down, just look over at your neighbor eyeball to eyeball and just say these words. It's cool. You don't like me. And that's all I want to talk about for a moment. You may be seated. It's cool. You don't like me. Come on, catch another set of eyes on the other side and say, hey, did you hear what the little boy said? It's cool. I'm cool. That you don't like me. May the word of God be blessed to our children. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, said in his last speech when he was there at Stanford University, he said, here is to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who will see things differently. They're not fond of the rules. You can't quote them. You can disagree with them, glorify or viliate them. About the only thing you can do is ignore them because they change things. They push the human race forward, and while some may see them as the crazy ones, they are actually geniuses. Because the ones who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do.
Yes, sir.
Somebody just say to yourself, I'm one of the crazy ones. This is a message to those this morning who can't find a proper space you fit in. You don't do well with cliques. You find it hard for people to impress you. You're not mediocre. You don't water things down where anything satisfies you.
Yes, sir.
You don't get jealous easy. But it makes it difficult for you to connect with people because sometimes people just don't carry your same energy. And you are learning to come to grips that you are not normal. You're coming to grips, brothers and sisters, that you are not mediocre. And you're tired of hanging with people who have low standards of living. And after a while, because you don't want to be alone, you settle. Y'all ain't gonna say man. To become less than what God has made you. To become, watch this, pliable and friendly to people who are not like you. It's psychologically debilitating because you have to dummy down yourself to have friends. Who am I talking to in here? You have to dummy down yourself to fit in. So you don't have to, watch this, carry the cross that Christ wants you to carry. And after a while, brothers and sisters, it takes a toll on you. And the reason why you settle, brothers and sisters, is what the text is indicating, is because you don't like the way God handles his business. Before God gives you elevation, first there must be separation. And you watch this. This is why lately you've been agitated with the people you've been hanging with. Because they have refused to go to the next level with you and they wish to stay where they are. But I serve notice on you, brothers and sisters. Stop settling for being something God didn't make you to be, because you don't want to feel lonely. My God, brothers and sisters, I heard the old folks say, if I have to go, y'all, by myself, if my mama don't go, I'm going. If my daddy don't go, I'm going. I'll go. If I have to go by myself, why do we settle? We settle, brothers and sisters, because we want to be liked. Come on, say that with me. I settle sometimes because I want to be liked. I want to be included. And everybody in here wants a chance to be a part. And I believe that everyone in here, brothers and sisters, want one thing. Scoot up close. Let me say it to you. We want a chance. We want a chance. We want a chance. A Chinese proverb said this: you've got one life and you got one chance. And whatever you do with it is up to you. A chance to prove your wisdom. A chance to prove your workmanship. A chance to prove to others that you have worth. So consequently, since many of us don't know our true value, we by default allow other people to calculate our net worth. So when people don't like us, through the close church, this is what we feel, a sense of rejection. And we watch this, when they don't make room for us, it can even affect our self-esteem. Being liked is many times associated as the difference between looking at a winner and looking at a loser. Kawhi Leonard, this man kept it a secret, because when you're getting ready to do something nobody has ever done, you can't tell everybody. Y'all ain't gonna say amen. And when God is wanting to take you in life, like Kawhi would say, listen to this, everybody not gonna like your decision. That's right. But can anybody slip your hand and say, what God has for me, it is for me. And look down your road and say, you don't have to like it. Because what God has for me, I feel something coming upon me, Joe. When God has something for you, it don't matter if it's your mother, your brother, your sister, your best friend. It don't matter if it's your co-worker. Let me tell you something. If they're getting ready to call you in the office, don't let your friends talk you out of your next promotion. Do I have any witnesses out there? So what? Everybody else stays on the same level. But when God gets ready to take you higher than you've ever been, brothers and sisters, you got to learn how to give people the kiss of goodbye. Ain't nobody gonna help me in this house. A wise man once said, it's not what you are that is holding you back, it's what you think you're not. And I come this morning to help you, brothers and sisters, who think so low of yourself that you have to wait for other people to tell you whether you're worth it or not. But I come to arrest you, brothers and sisters, to know who you are in God. Know who God has made you to be. And this is why the scripture condemns us, brothers and sisters, to consider our happiness is based, watch this, on how many people like us and not who like us. That's what many of our problems are. We want a lot of people to like us, but we don't take any value on who should like us. But can I tell you, brothers and sisters, all you need is the right person to like you. Ask Ruth. Oh my God, I feel something coming upon me. Ruth said, I'm out here, it's hot, it's July, I'm out here picking grapes and shelling peas. Y'all ain't gonna say amen. And all I can do is take home whatever I pick. But look at Boaz looking from me from his palace. I can see her now bending down to get some grapes. Y'all ain't gonna say amen. Trying to tell Boaz, if I can just get favor in your eyes, you can change my life. Touch your neighbor, say, neighbor, yes. Stop trying to impress people who can't take you no higher than they are. Y'all ain't gonna help me in here. Romans 8:31 says, what sin shall we say to these things? If God be for us. I said, if God be for you. Do you hear what I'm saying? If God be for you, who can be against you? May I tell you, brothers and sisters, you can have thousands of people who are not in your corner. But as long as you got God in your corner, you can make it all right. Psalm 69. Turn it around, say it again. I don't care who all is against you. If you know without a shadow of a doubt that you got God on your side, I wish somebody help me here. You ought to just shout all by yourself. I may be broke, but I'm favored. Come on here. I may not have a big house, but I got a healer in the house. I may not have the final thing, but he has given me his job. Somebody holler, if I've got God on my side, I've got everything. Oh my God. With God, God told me to tell you, you can win. Tell somebody, tell them that with God, you can win. No, turn around behind you, tell them with God. Tell them I'm not asking you. Tell them I found out. I've had people leave me, but as long as God is with you, y'all ain't gonna say, man, he will bring you out. All right, brothers and sisters. Yes, sir. So the text is included in us is if God did before us, watch this, while we don't wait on him. Oh. We can't understand, brothers and sisters, that waiting on God, listen to this, is associated with winning. When you don't wait, you're going to lose. But so we get impatient, so we need people to confirm us. We need people to help me, I'm going through. God said, I won't help you. Write the note, write down Psalm 66, read it when you get home. I was going through the water. He said, and I went through the fire. Yes, he said, I was stuck in a net, like people wouldn't let me go. And that's where some of you now, it seems like when your life is controlled by supervisors and jobs, it seems like they won't let you go. They just want to make a slave out of you, work you to death, your feet hurt, run your shoes out. I'm talking to somebody in here. And brothers and sisters, sometimes you look at God and say, is like this, God, really? You don't have anything better for me? God, do watch this. But God says this, stay right there. Y'all don't say that. God says, that's what we want. We want God to come get us when we, watch this, but I found out we are not God's God. We cannot go around believing we can tell God when we want to get out of circumstances. But do I have any Hebrews in here, like the 3 Hebrews who got in the fire and said this on the way in? If he don't deliver me, y'all, do I have any if not worshipers in here that say that Satan can throw me in the fire, but I still won't bow to Nebuchadnezzar because I have a sneaky suspicion and a funny feeling that if God let me go in it, he'll give me the power to come out of it. Somebody say, come on, Jesus. Do I have any old saints to remember when they said, come on, Jesus? Simply meaning I'm willing to wait on him. If I wait on the Lord, he shall renew. Y'all got me out here by myself. Hold that. Oh, just for a moment. Waiting on God, reason why we don't like it is a lonely experience. Talk to me somebody. Anybody wait on God? Well, Lord, what am I going to do? What am I going to do if I walk away from him or her? What am I going to do? What am I going to do if I walk away from that job? What am I going to do? We have these conversations with ourselves. We have witnesses in the fire. What am I going to do if the doctor says the wrong thing? I'm not strong enough for him to say anything right now. What am I going to do? Wait. Oh, y'all listen. Wait. Well, see, and we're so busybodies. We feel like we got to be doing something. Got to be trying to fix our life, trying to patch your life up. And all God is hollering at you sometimes. Hey, honey, sit down and wait. Ain't nobody gonna help me. David is suggesting to us that he is acquainted on what it feels like to be lonely. Mara, lonely. I'm telling Mara, lonely. I'm telling you, when I was in school, it was lonely. To my young people, you can be lonely. Everybody's smoking reefer. Yeah, everybody's Daisy Notes and then shaking it. Yeah, come on. I remember as a young man trying to get in trouble. Hey, can I ride with y'all? Can I go with you? No, man, you can't go with us. You're a church boy. And what we getting ready to do, bro, you gonna have to pray for us. Y'all come on and talk to me. See, because when you're waiting on God, you get lonely. And you start second guessing and selling and trying to do a whole lot of stuff that you know you don't have any business doing. Oh God, I wish I had help through here. When you're lonely, oh my God, when you're lonely, brothers and sisters, watch this, it's because you don't like what it feels like to be overlooked.
That's right.
Nobody in here likes to be passed over. Nobody wants to be considered last. Nobody likes how it feels when everybody goes before you and you feel like you're inadequate.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me, church. Is there anybody there right now?
Yes, sir.
Seems like you're the last one to get the blessing. Seems like God just messing with you. Why I can't go first? Why I can't get the promotion first? And that's what it feels like when God is doing something in your life. You feel lonely. And God sometimes let everybody go before you and let everybody else get blessed. Everybody bragging about the new car. Everybody bragging, I got me a man. He tall. Got a good job. Y'all hear me? Bragging about a woman. Oh God, she know how to make a pancake. But just bragging about everything, and you're sitting there, Lord, what is going on in my life? Right? I need you to show up. I'm tired of feeling inadequate. And brothers and sisters, we do so because we want to fit in. And we want to be a part of the crowd. I don't want to wait. Somebody said that lately? I don't want to wait. Tired of waiting. I want to be liked now. I want to win now. I want to be accepted now. I want my shot now. I want everybody to accept me now. I want to be on top now. And though you are reaching, you don't understand that God has wrapped up a blessing real nice. And He's called that blessing rejection.
That's good. That's good.
You just lean over to your neighbor like you're giving them a present and say this: will you receive this present from the Lord called rejection? Rejection is to refuse to be accepted. Rejection is when God has a lid over your life. You don't let anybody pour in it. Don't let you get out of it. Rejection is to consider. It is to submit to. It's to take from some purpose or use. That's what it means to be rejected. Solomon wrote in Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 11 that God's formula for winning is not the same as the world. See, you want to be promoted, but God says, I want you in rejection. You want to go to the castle, but God wants you in the prison. You want a good name, but God will smear your reputation. Y'all gonna help me here? Because, watch this, where you going and what God has for you, you cannot allow people to like you so that they take your credit.
I know it to be true.
That's good. Y'all a hard crowd.
That's good.
And Ecclesiastes 9 verse 11 says these words: the race.
Yes, sir. That's the book.
It's not given to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, not yet favor to men of and chance will happen to us all. Lean over to your neighbor and say, neighbor, I'm not married. God blessing you. Tell him I just got some good news. And that is, if He bless you, then look at him and tell him, I'm next. I wish I had some help up in here. I just need about 15 crazy people. Jump up on your feet and say, I'm next. Y'all got me out here by myself. Said, I'm next. I'm next. Because the Lord says time and chance will happen to us all. Do you see it? But let me acquiesce and back up there in verse 11 and give you 5 things you need to overcome so you can move past needing people to like you. Number 1, make this notation that the text says, and Solomon writes in this Ecclesiastes 9:11, look what he says first: the race is not given to the swift. Write this down. First, you have to get over the ability of opportunists. You have to get over the ability of opportunists. Say that with me, the ability of opportunists. There are people who are good because they were trained to be good. Yes. They were trained to be good. Trained on how to think, and trained how to manage, trained how to handle life, trained how to keep a man happy, trained how to treat a woman, trained how to be respectful, trained how to win in managing your money, your checking account, your trained how to win in every life. And we fail sometimes to realize, scoot up church, and the reason why you want to be like, because you fail to realize sometimes you ain't that good. Oh, I know that hurt your feelings. We fail to realize the reality that we are not as good as we present ourselves. Some of us are untrained, undeveloped, and unfit. Star 69 said again, we are untrained, undeveloped, and unfit. There are people who can do your job and live your life with better pace, better production, and with the right passion to get it done. Do I have any witnesses out there that recognize that this is true? Watch this. Some of you are smart, you just don't look smart. Oh, y'all gonna help me through here? Huh? You know how to apply things, brothers and sisters, but your appearance is bad. Faded pants, your drawers is showing at the job. It ain't that you're not good, it's your appearance is offensive, y'all. And then nobody tell you can't be on your way to the mansion dressed like you from the hood. Y'all come on, help me through here. And so there are people that can do what you do that's better than you. And I know people that are smart, but they're smart and they're slow. They're slow. I know people who are determined, but they're too dark. I was determined in life, but they just told me you too dark. We need us a lighter. Y'all gonna get this on your way home. I know people who are talented but can't talk. They can't talk. They can't talk. They're so talented, but they can't talk. Y'all gonna help me through here. I know people who are great. They are really great at what they do. But they ghetto. They ghetto. They come to work with 10 earrings all down their ear. Hey, y'all, okay. All right. Y'all not gonna say amen. I know people who can get the job done, but it takes 3 days and a typewriter. Y'all ain't gonna help me. I know women who can make a man happy but can't make a biscuit. Y'all. I know people who can sing and serve but are as stubborn as a mule in the summer heat.
Oh yes, you got some help.
Scoot up close. And there is nothing more debilitating than to believe that you have it and somebody tell you you don't. Have any witnesses out there that's ever lived that before? Romans 12:3 says, the Apostle Paul, it is through the grace given unto me. Say that with me. It's through God's grace. Say it again. It's through God's grace given unto me that we should not think of ourselves more highly than we ought to think, but to think soberly according as God has dealt to every man the measure of faith. Do y'all know when to shout? I don't think you know when to shout. You just missed it. What he just said was this, Sam. I'm not that good. I'm not as smart as I need to be. And yes, some days I do act a little ghetto. But the good news is, every place that I've been and every time I've been blessed is because of God's grace. And let me inventory the room, because there's some grace people out here that's driving good with bad credit. Come on. Living good with bad credit. Come on. You still alive after a heart attack, a stroke, a twitch in the neck. Y'all ain't gonna say amen. I am where I am. Y'all ain't gonna say amen and then sit there and look at me crazy if you want to. But I want about 30 people to help me through here. And that is, I want want to praise the Lord for grace. Grace is when God gives you something that you do not deserve. Now, I need about 30 people to help me go in right through here. Is there anybody that's sitting in this church where God has gave you something? Come on, get out your seat. High five 3 people and tell them I didn't deserve it, but he blessed me anyway. Come on, shake somebody's hand and say, I didn't deserve it, but he blessed me anyway. I didn't deserve it, but he blessed me anyway. That's why my testimony is that God is able. Lay your hand on your neighbor, say, God is able. He's able to make up the difference. He's able to make me smaller than what I'm not. Somebody holler, he's able. Touch somebody, tell him, my God is able. Sit down, this. Yes. Yes. Show you right. Number 1, he says you got to get over the fact that people just have better ability than you. And some of y'all go around always looking at somebody else's life. But the grass is not always.
It's not always green. Yes, sir.
With my mother the other day, and mother has some ambitions for her own personal life to get back to a certain place. But somebody called her who was doing worse than her. Y'all hear what I'm telling you? When she got off the phone, she turned to me. She said, you know what? I need to apologize to the Lord. When I think of my situation, that is somebody. Y'all better come get it. That's doing worse. Are y'all gonna help me through here? So number 1, you got to get over the ability of folks who just have a better hand. I know they raise your own pig feet. Got bad eating habits. Hate drinking water, gotta have sugar and everything. I'm gonna come get you in a minute. Can't see your feet for your stomach? Come on.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me, church. They raise you on neck bones. Fatback, pepper bacon, biscuits and gravy. Touch your neighbor and say, I got fat on purpose, y'all. Y'all don't come get me out of here. Put beer in your baby bottle. I'm really from the hood. I've seen it all. Y'all sit down and on my time. Number 2, you got to get over. Here it is, number 2 in the text. He says, know the battle to the strong. You got to get over the ammunition of the oppressors. There are people who know if you climb out of that hole, you're going to be great.
Yes, sir.
So you know what they do? Is every time they see you crawl a little higher, they push you down a little stronger. That's my brother right there. He went to doing this. Somebody trying to push me down. Yes. Show you right. The ammunition of the oppressor. What do I do, Lord? What do I do when I'm trying to succeed and the people who can just give me the information won't give it to me, so I can't network? What do I do, Lord? When I know I have the strength to succeed, but they won't give me the stage to perform. What do I do, Lord? How do I handle it when people have access to the supervisor's ear and they talk to them and degrade me? You know, they was late and they didn't do this. And see, that's what the ammunition of oppressors do. And brothers and sisters, sometimes when you watch somebody try to sabotage your life, when you see people who are always whispering in the corner about how insufficient that you are, that's just ammunition of people who are trying to oppress you. But can I prophesy to you this morning and tell you that all of the oppression of your enemies and your haters is not bad? It's not bad, because David declares that before an arrow can go forward, it must first be pulled back. And I want somebody to know, if you're in your life right now now, and it seems like every time you take one step forward, somebody's pushing you 2 steps back. Don't get mad. Don't get mad, get glad. Because every time God allows resistance to come in your life is because he's getting ready to launch you past everybody who doubted you in your life. So number one, you got to get over the ability of people who just had a better hand in life. Number two, stop crying that people are fighting against you. It's because you're anointed. They have a reason to have amnesia. That's why when you come in, they go to rolling their eyes. You know why they do that? They do all of that because they already know you cuter and sexier than them. You just ain't looked in the mirror and said, there it is, y'all. And you sit by sister, lean over to and say, the next time somebody look you up and down, roll their eyes, smack their lips, look at them and tell them, I'm everything you think I am. I just need 2 sexy women to jump up and say, he's talking about me. Prophet, I ain't got no help. Number 3, come on, you're on my time. Number 1, you gotta what? You gotta get over the ability of people who have a better hand in your opportunities. Number 2, you got to see past the ammunition of your oppressors or people who are trying to do you bad. You can't let them affect your joy. They are doing what they are doing to you because it's the blessing is in the rejection. So anytime somebody pushing against you, don't be, Lord, why, Lord, do this. I see it. Since they've been fighting this hard, it just simply means I'm next. Let me move on. Number 3, write this down. It says, the bread to the wise. That simply means, write this down, the abundance of others. The abundance of others. Look up here saying, some of you do good until you see what somebody else has. Psalm 73, you can write that down. And verse 3, he says, for I, read that with me on the screen, I was envious of folks walking around like peacocks. They're arrogant. Y'all know some arrogant people? No, really, do you really know some arrogant people? They flaunt their stuff. They talk about what they got and how much they got. And they like to talk. Every time they see you with your shoes running over, they mention they got a new pair. Come on. People can be cruel. Amen. And all cruel people ain't worldly people. Sometimes church people can be cruel. Come on, do you talk about what they got and all that stuff? And do you know I'm struggling? And you all the time got something in your mouth to talk about how God bless. Wow, if God blessing you so much, why don't you bless me? Y'all ain't gonna say amen to this. But brothers and sisters, you got to be careful not to be distracted about the abundance of other people. He says, I got envious, I got jealous. Because I saw, y'all hear me, the prosperity of the wicked. There are some people who, when you are starving, will get up in your face and eat a piece of bread. Yes, they will. But you got to have David's testimony. He said these words. He says, I've never seen the righteous forsaken, or his seed begging for bread. The old lady was trying to take care of her 2 grandbabies. She says, I don't know how to do it. I'm going to fix income. These babies are big, some big old rusty babies. They eat, my God, they eat milk, cereal at 5, won't bacon by 7. She said, I'm tired. Don't know what I'm going to do with these big old boys. They are just fat and like to eat up all the food, and I can't feed them with my grocery list. Is too small. My God. And while she was praying one day, sweeping around in the living room, she was saying, God, bless me. Cause those that don't like me to bless me. Well, she had the window open, and it was 2 knucklehead boys. They were from the hood, and they wanted to play a joke on grandma. So they was listening to a prayer. So they went in their pocket, and they went to the grocery store. And they went down the aisle, and everything she prayed, she said, Lord, I need bread. Lord, I need a whole gallon of milk. Y'all help me here. Lord, I just need some potatoes for these big old boys. My God. Lord, I need gravy. Lord, I need some bags of chips. when grandmother got through praying about what she needed, those boys went down to Kroger's and bought everything that she needed. And they came back to grandmama's house and rung the doorbell and hid in the bushes. Grandmama came to the door, opened up the door and saw all the bags of groceries. She went to dancing and shouting on the porch, waving her hand, telling the Lord, thank you for providing for me. So the boys jumped out of the bushes and said it wasn't God at all. We went and bought those groceries when we heard you pray. She said, you knucklehead boys really don't know how God works. What you meant for evil, God meant it for my good. I want you to know that your enemies have been laughing at you. Your enemies want you to deny God. But I dare you to reach over and grab somebody's hand and say, neighbor, the next time your enemies bless you, tell them it's because God put enough to blessing you. Somebody scream for ice cream. Somebody leave the jar and touch your neighbor and say, neighbor, my next blessing is not coming from my friends, but tell them my next blessing is coming from my enemies. That's why David said, yet though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, y'all come on, help me preach, I will feel no evil, for the Lord is my rod and he is my staff. But he kept on writing and he said that God has prepared for me a table in the presence of my enemies. Do me one favor, go down your road and say, neighbor, tell him God's got a table in the presence of your enemies, and they get ready to feed you till you get fat. Somebody shout, yeah! Been listening to what God is getting ready to do. That's why Jesus said, did you know the Bible says that if Satan had known that killing Jesus Blanche would have got him a name above every name, he wouldn't have never touched him. And see, you've been mad that your friends and enemies don't like you. But can I tell you to scoot up a little closer and let me say it to you like this? God is just setting you up to cause those who have to give you what they need. So the ability, I'm closing, opportunities number 2, the ammunition of the oppressor number 3, be careful looking over somebody else's yard thinking that they have a better hand than you. And number 4, the, watch this, affluence of the oppressor. The Bible says, not yet riches to men of understanding. Scoot up close. There are people who know loopholes. I was talking to a brother and I was talking about how much I had to pay in for taxes one time, and he says these words to me, Mother Fisher, he says these words, he says, Pastor, I don't pay nothing in taxes. I said, how do you do that? You travel across the country and the world. How do you avoid that? He said this, Reverend, I'm saved, but my taxes ain't. I ain't gonna say that. He said, I got a lady who do my taxes who used to work for the IRS. She knows every loophole. Scoot up close, church. What I'm trying to tell you, there are some affluential people that have access to information that you don't. There's somebody right now that can take your life and how you manage your money and show you how to double it, how to flip it, how to do better with it. Watch this. But they have knowledge that you don't have. Raise your right hand. Let me prophesy in this house. I prophesy that God is getting ready to release somebody in your life that has the wherewithal, has the resources and the riches to take your life to the next level. Somebody rejoice and receive that right now. I feel God. Sammy, as good as y'all cook, y'all should have some kind of youth rubai. I feel God here. You should be, I don't care, in a ghetto kitchen with a phone, somebody with a phone, and you is in there showing somebody how to cook. Sammy, I want to say this to you. I really see great wealth that you can tap into, because there is no restaurant in this city that caters to diabetics. And I want to partner with you. I feel God. And heaven provide the place. But you provide the intellect and the wisdom on how to cook the food differently. Can I help somebody? Y'all gonna walk with me? Yes, sir. I feel God. Yes, sir. Some of y'all are just one person away from your life taking off in a different direction. Yes, sir. Don't worry about who don't like you over here. Y'all, I just got delivered from it, friend. I said, these guys don't know. These guys come to my church. I let them preach in my church. We're great to these guys. But they have revivals. They have clinics. They have seminars. They bring in people. They fraternize with each other. But they never call Clayton to come. Why don't they call me? I was talking to the Lord like this. And maybe it was, I had some sense of, I feel like I'm one of the stones like them. Why won't they include me? I'm just a stone like them. Shouldn't they just add me to the temple? I preach just like, I labor just like them. Why won't they call your boy and invite your boy? Maybe I can't preach, but I believe, by God, I got something I can say. Well, when I look at their lineup and who they got coming, and now I'm in my feelings, y'all help me here. But God says this, when I shut doors, don't be offended in me. Because, watch this, though they are sharing on a local level, I'll send you international. Logistics. People who know systems and government and loopholes. I was talking to a pastor, I was admiring the work he was doing, and I said, well, who paid for this? That's a $10,000 kitchen. He said, I got a grant. I got contracts from the city. And I said, Lord, give that to my people. Amen. That we can do Meals on Wheels. Can I talk vision for a moment? At the expense of the government and pay and employ people. That's why y'all have to pray for that building over there. And the more and more we get closer, the more arrogant that man becomes, the more mean he becomes. But it's all a setup. I prophesy in this house, God's gonna make that man bless us. Y'all don't know when to shout. There are people fighting against you right now, but don't be mad at them. Treat them nice. Matter of fact, touch two people beside you and say, next time they act ugly, buy them some lunch. Y'all better help me here, because when God gets through working on their heart, I got to get out of here. I know y'all trying to get to a sandwich. I got to get y'all, yes. Oh, yes. Y'all, I feel glory here. Yes. And the last A is, you got to be careful and overcome the influence of people who are oppressive, people who know, been to the right schools, know with scholarships. When I was coming through school for young people, my Caucasian counterparts knew what all the scholarship was. Cattleman scholarship, 5,000 scholarship. Here I am doing it. Well, all I applied for was the Arkansas Challenge. Y'all so great. Amen. Praise the Lord. Bless my folk. They didn't bid more, no. And my people around me didn't bid more. The church gave a scholarship. It was just $200. What is that? What in the world is that? What the $1,000 they want per semester? And I read some of you brothers and sisters who know these loopholes and know these ways, you need to share them. What good is it if only your kid make it? Why not all of our kids make it? I got to close. The last thing is the actions of God's omnipotence. Look what it says. Nor yet favor to men of skill. Wait! You telling me that God favored people working against him? Yes. I reign on the just. Don't get mad. Then God bless your enemies. Because if he should have blessed them, he should have blessed you. Well, how many witnesses out there? And God has you waiting. And he wishes to see how you respond when others are blessed. So he will know how he will allow others to treat you when you get blessed. Romans 12 and 15 says, on my way to my seat, it says, rejoice with those who rejoice. And weep with those who weep. Somebody holler why? Because the Bible is saying that time and chance will happen to us all. And I'm so happy that what Dr. Steve Marbali said, every time I thought I was being rejected from something good, I was actually being redirected to something better. Ladies and gentlemen, I stopped by to tell you that every door that life has tried to keep you out of is really not all that bad. The text says, on my way to my seat, I'm coming, Sister Kim. It says that it's the stone that the builders rejected. In other words, the builders were building and they kept on building every day. But when they got to this certain stone, they said, don't use it. And that's what you are, brothers and sisters. You are that stone that every time it comes around, they say, don't use it. But what I want to tell you is 3 things on my way to my seat. Number 1, God told me to tell you, watch this, that though they call you the rejection, it's simply because their dislike of you only is enriching your reputation. Y'all don't know when to shout. See, every time they see you, they say, that's the one is rejected. Every time they see you, they say, that's the one who's been left out. But can I tell you, brothers and sisters, when people set you aside as one, watch this, who has been rejected, don't get mad. Get glad. Watch this, their dislike will enrich your reputation. But the second thing I ought to tell you, their dislike will only enhance your development. Look what the text says, has become. Meaning that God knows exactly where you are, and he has an assignment to make sure that you are a better version of you for where you're going. So every time you witness rejection, don't get mad. God is only developing you. And the last thing I ought to tell you is their dislike only enlarges God's spotlight on you. The Bible says the one who was rejected has become, watch this, the head of a corner. Y'all don't know when to shout. But can I tell you why you need to shout? Because every time they took this stone, when they came around to it while they were building, brothers and sisters, they kept on building, adding stones. So the stone said, are y'all going to include me? And they said, no, we ain't going to use it. But the more they rejected that stone, the higher they kept on building. They kept building it higher and using all the stones around you. And every time they come around you, they say, we ain't going to use you. But can I tell you, it was just a setup for the Lord. Because the way the text says is after they get through building it as high as they can, there's going to be one stone that's missing. Y'all don't know when to shout. And they can't go back and put it in the bottom. They can't go back and put it in the middle. So what they're going to have to do is take the stone that they kept on rejecting and put it on the top of the whole thing. That's what they did with Jesus. They would not include Jesus. But can I tell you, it was good that they left Jesus out. Because when they got ready to crown the top of the building, there was only one stone ready. And can I tell you that God is getting ready to work everything out for you that has been worked for your bad. God's getting ready to turn it around for your good. And this is why I'm closing when I tell you what the rest of the text says. It said, this is the Lord's doing. Can I tell you, I want somebody to praise God for when people have mistreated you. I want somebody to praise God every time they left you out. I want somebody to praise God for every time your friends went out and didn't call you. I want somebody to praise God that as they went higher, they left you lower. Because the text says, this is the Lord's doing, and it's marvelous in our eyes. Lean over and grab your neighbor by the hand and say, neighbor, look again. I said, look again. That's the wrong neighbor. Find somebody else and say, look again. You thought it was bad, but God was working it out for your good. Good, those boys that want to date you young girls. And you tried to date Larry, tried to date Bobby, tried to break Seeky Freddy, but none of them wouldn't give you the time of the day. That's because they just gonna stay in the hood. But God's got somebody for you that's the head of the corner. So what, they don't like you, tell them keep looking you over, because soon and very soon God is going to make you the head of the corner. As our altar workers are coming, standing all over this place, just touch your neighbor beside you and say, the higher God takes you, the bigger the spotlight's on you.
Just got approved for the new crib, picking up the keys to mine. The sun is shining brighter than it ever has, no. Oh, I'm smiling more now than I've ever had. I don't deserve the things you do. I just can't believe that you keep blessing me the way that you do. You did it again. Why did I? Lord, you did it again. Lord, you did it again. Lord, you did it again. You did it again. Why did I? Lord, you did it again. Lord, you did it again. My sister just got in a wreck, walked away without a scratch. Lord, it was nobody but you. My daughter's about to graduate with all A's. That's good news. The sun is shining brighter than it ever had.